Okay, I have a question for the single guys. I have a client, a male client, who recently said to me that he would rather me send him the most attractive, beautiful women that I have and have them say no to meeting him than for me to send him women who are like within his same range of looks, who would probably say yes to a date and he should say yes too. So like basically he'd rather be rejected than go on a date. So explain this to me, because I don't understand it. I think the whole purpose of investing in a service like ours especially is that you go on dates, period, and get to know people. But if you'd rather pay to be rejected, I guess that's also part of it too. Explain this logic to me, gentlemen.
God, Karen, you are so stupid.
Corinne, let me tell you something. You offer dating services to men and you don't understand this basic question as to why this guy would say, hey, send me the most beautiful women you have, instead of saying yes to women who actually match with him looks-wise. That's actually high-earning man basics right there. I'm assuming you're new to this, so let this gorilla help you out. All right, the mystery as to why an average-looking guy, or let's say a below-average looking guy, is paying for your service and he wants you to send him beautiful women instead of matching with women that look like him. Number one, if he's paying for your service, this gorilla assumes that he has the funds to pay for all this. It's real simple. He's already done all the paywalls in the dating apps. He can easily get a date with a woman who's on par with his looks, but he figures, okay, I may be a 4 on looks, but money-wise, I'm an 8. So I should be dating a 6 or a 7. So if I'm going to pay you to match me, yeah, send me all the beautiful women, and it's a numbers game. Throw everything at a wall and see what sticks. Send me a bunch of beautiful women, a bunch will reject me. The one that says yes is the one he's going to stick with. It's basic math. 4 on looks, 8 on money. You average that out, he feels he's equal to a 6 in women. Before we move on, I want to say thank you, fam, to all of my subscribers for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate all of you who leave comments, who like my videos, and share them on other social media platforms. I truly gotta say thanks, fam. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button. Moving on!
So, I am moving into a new apartment, and I have been living with my daughter and her wife for the last month, and the dogs, and 2 snakes, and fish, and some ducks, and 3 guinea pigs. Oh, and 2 cats. And I moved my mom into assisted living. I also just quit a job that I got that I thought would be like my forever end of the road job here. Did I say I'm 59? I'll be 60 in October. And it was so toxic. It was the first time in my life after 6 weeks that at the end of the day on Friday, well, this was like 2 weeks ago, I just put my card in the drawer and wrote them an email and said, yeah, I don't think this is the job for me. What I do know is that the world is on fire, okay? The world's on fire. Look at my hair. But my sister passed away at 42 from cervical cancer. My brother passed away at 61 from colon cancer. My other sister had strokes at 61, and she's in assisted living. She's like 74 now. And my other sister has MS. I'm gonna tell you, is life is short. And so you need to make the most of it. Whatever it is. However, I mean, if we're going down in a bowl of flames, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have fun, and we're gonna dance it out. Let's do it.
Okay, before I continue my audit on this video, some of you may recognize her from a previous video from about 6 months ago where she asked a question about dating. That's how she got on this gorilla's radar, and just put the question out there into the ether, asking for some advice. This gorilla does what he does best. Took the video, and I gave the best dating advice I felt that could help her out. I don't know if it helped her or not. I really hope it did. But anyway, she's back. Her life has made a big change, and she put a video out there on it. Now, some of you who read the comments of that previous video, it's up in the cards right now, by the way, you'll see that my video reached her. She did come in and drop in some comments on that video. Now, she put out a new video of her new life change. I really hope that my dating advice before it helped her in some way. And before anybody thinks I'm picking on her, I'm actually not. I actually find that this queen has some cool traits to her. So let's get on with this audit. Okay, Queen, this video that you put out has got a lot of moving parts into it. Let me see if I can sum it up as quickly as I can. You recently moved into a new apartment, and I know you made a bunch of other videos about that, both on TikTok and on YouTube's. You lived 1 month with your daughter and her wife. You put your mom into assisted living, and you quit a new job, all at the sweet age of 59. Now, you do explain later on the health issue problems that your siblings had. And all I gotta say is, look, I understand. When you see all these things happening to you, you want to make the most of the time that you have left. Look, that's understandable. But here's the situation with everything that you're explaining right now. You see, you took the path of riding off into the sunset. And that sounds cool. That sounds very exciting. And it's great for the ending of a movie or the ending of a book. The problem is real life doesn't work that way. Because in real life, yes, the sun set, you rode off into it, but the next day, the sun came back up, and you didn't have a plan. And riding off into the sunset only works until the tank hits E. After that, no plan to refill it. That's when that sweet, sweet ending starts to fall apart. I'll be the first to say this gorilla doesn't know a whole lot about your past, but we're not talking about your past right now. We're talking about your present. And a lot of my viewers would say, at this point in life, you should be married and getting ready to receive the grandkids. Well, maybe. You should be enjoying life in a committed relationship with a man so both of you can actually ride off into your golden years together. And don't get me wrong, you've done a lot of adventures, and I applaud you for getting that out of the way, but at what cost? You may say that you're super happy, you're super this, you're super that, but if this was 100% true, you would have never asked a question about dating, you would have never asked anyone's opinions. You would have just kept going. No need to put your life out there on blast for anybody. You wouldn't need anyone to justify your decisions. Maybe you need a re-evaluation of your past choices, man, maybe a small adjustment with a few tips to try to smooth out those soon-to-come retirement years for you. Moving on.
Dating over 50 story time. So I heard to do this, and I'm not sure if it's a good idea, so I want y'all to leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. But here is my take on it. Basically, this is what it is, okay? It is like when you start dating somebody, you put, say 5 or 7 hearts next to their name. And then in the early stages of dating, when they do something like that doesn't make you feel good or makes you feel less than, or like they don't, communicate consistently, you take away a heart. And then once they have all the hearts gone, you basically should remove yourself from that person's life. I know that seems really rigid, but when you come out of a really unhealthy, toxic relationship like I did, and I stayed in that relationship way too long, way past its expiration date, something like this would actually help me. But then I thought, I don't want to be so negative, like I really am trying to focus on the positive. So I thought what you could add to this, and what I might add to this when I start dating somebody again, is, of course, take away the heart when they do something that doesn't feel good or they're inconsistent or whatever, but then add a heart when they do something that like is amazing and makes you feel good. And then of course, yeah, if the guy ever runs out of hearts, like you should probably, not continue to see that guy, because I have learned a couple of really amazing things from the guys that I have dated in the last, say, 2 years. And this, last guy, and even the guy before that, really taught me that I should do a really good job, and I think I do, of paying attention to how I feel when I'm with that person, but not only how I feel when I'm with them, how I feel when I'm not with them. So if because of their lack of communication or their lack of consistency, if I start feeling anxious, then I need to pay attention to that, right? And I also realize that it's maybe not just their behavior that's making me feel anxious, because maybe their behavior isn't that big a deal.
It's got electrolytes.
Oh boy, we got a multi-decades plus post-walk Halloween here with a heart system. Now, sister, let me start off by saying this girl is conscious that you put out a bunch of videos about your dating life and whatnot. I don't know much about what you do dating life, and I don't know the type of relationship that you came out of. I mean, you called it toxic. Sure, that's such a generic word these days that it can mean anything. I mean, the guy could have sneezed the wrong way, and all of a sudden he said, oh, he's toxic for sneezing that way. But your idea of putting a bunch of hearts next to a guy's name and then taking him away when he does something bad and putting some in there, okay, that kind of idea, that's women treating dating like a game. Like he's got to work hard to get all these hearts in order to get me, which if we're already dating, he's already got you. No, to get me for a longer time. Okay, maybe this heart system is more for you to justify your choices rather than him sticking around for a long time. I mean, have you thought that it is possible that most of these guys that you're dating, they're interested for a good time, not a long time? And this could be applied the other way around. So let's say a guy starts dating you, right? You're in your 50s and you've been dating for 2 years. So starting off, he'll probably put like 1 heart by your name and say, hey, you know what? You got to earn more hearts. You got 1 heart going. Because at this age, what have you got to offer me? It seems by the videos that you're putting out that you probably took your ex-husband to the cleaners in family court and you got a lot of stuff out of him. So all you're offering him is, okay, yeah, I'll do the same to you. You can't offer him kids or starting a family. So exactly what is in it for the guy long term? What do you bring to the table? And I'm pretty sure that Queens like you are tired of hearing, what do I bring to the table? That's so ridiculous. You mean as ridiculous as putting 7 hearts next to a guy's name that you're dating? To be fair, just by the looks of how you present yourself, this gorilla can already tell that you have higher standards than most women in your age bracket. And I don't doubt that you do get some dates out there, but the problem is that the guys that you're attracted to that are on that high standard, they can attract other women, specifically younger women, unless you're dating older men. I don't know anything about your dating life other than what you put out, but I can tell you, regardless of this gorilla not knowing your past, he can see your present. And your dating pool is not Olympic size. It's more like kiddie pool size.
Maybe it's my past, right? Maybe it's the past things that have happened to me that are causing me to feel anxious, but maybe it's not that. So I think a way to tell whether it's historic or if it's something that's going on right now in the present moment that's causing me anxiety is to, number one, investigate it, like ask questions to myself, ask questions to that person, kind of get to the bottom of what's going on. And then I can tell, like, is that feeling something that's because of what's happening right now or because of my past? And maybe it's kind of a combination of both. Like, I kind of feel like that's what happened with the last guy that I dated. I did feel a lot of anxiety when I wasn't with him. And I do think it was absolutely because of his inconsistent communication. But then I also think it was a little bit of my past that was bleeding into this. And so I think the answer is, like, just talk to the person. That's why I'm so big on being open and honest. And a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, you sound so needy. Like, well, I hope I sound needy because I do have needs. And as human beings, we all have needs. And the worst thing you can do is play the cool girl and pretend you don't have any needs, because they're going to come out. Even if you don't say them, they're going to come out. And maybe they're going to come out sideways in the future. And that's not healthy. And that's not what you want to do. So for me, I'm trying to be emotionally available, which means I have to tell these guys how I feel when I'm feeling a certain way. I realize, you don't have to spill all the tea and I don't have to tell them everything all the time. Of course not. That's not what I'm saying. I have a therapist. I have a best friend. I can talk to y'all on here, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm certainly going to still just kind of take a little bit of a break. I read the book Attached. It was amazing. And I don't know, but just leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of that heart situation with the hearts next to the name, because I can't decide if I think it's a good idea or not. Y'all let me know.
All right there, Colleen. Let this gorilla help you out a little bit. I mean, the things that you're saying, you're kind of right, but you got an imbalance of your justification, because as you're saying, the guys that you were dating, you were thinking that maybe your past has a little bit to do with it. And this gorilla is going to be the first one to tell you, no, it's not a little. It's a lot to do with it. I mean, sister, I got to say it. It's not a you thing. It's a woman thing. And yeah, go ahead, call me a misogynist if you want. I'm trying to help you out here. What this gorilla means by that is that women mentally in relationships, they tend to compare the new guy with the guys from their past. Do men do this? Yeah, some men do it, but for the most part, men don't do it. They usually forget the ex. I mean, she had to be like a home run, knocked out of the park kind of ex-girlfriend for him to remember her and compare his new girlfriends to that. But mostly they're not. Women, the other way around. They're going to compare the new guy with the old guy. Oh, he's not as tall as Chad was. Oh, he doesn't make as much money as Dave used to make. He's not as good in bed as Tyrone was. Oh, Akeem's sausage was bigger than this guy's sausage. Oh, Rico used to be more of a gentleman than this guy. There's always going to be a comparison, and that is partly what holds you back. As in mannerisms, as in women have these learned mannerisms from a guy they're with and expecting the next guy to have very similar mannerisms. And are shocked when they find out, oh, the new guy doesn't have the same mannerisms as the old failed relationship has. What's the problem here? And this gorilla completely agrees with you that you have needs and wants. Men have needs and wants too. You know what the big difference is? The level of the needs and wants. Here's a question. Your needs and wants compared to his needs and wants. Are they 3 times as high, 5 times as high, 10 times as high? Did you consider that? So what, you meet one of his needs, so now he has to meet 20 of yours? Notice the imbalance there. Either way, to close it out, when you ask there at the end, hey, what do y'all think about the heart situation? Well, to wrap that up, let me put it this way. How would you like it if a guy put a taco next to your name? And depending on how many tacos he puts up there is how much he likes to pound that taco. Or he could swap out the tacos with roast beef.
Fatality.
Flawless victory.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.